Welcome to our technical analysis tips and tricks segment, where I share with you some tips and tricks when it comes to technical analysis and trading in the marketplace. So if you're brand new to this channel and brand new to me, I highly encourage you to check out our other YouTube channel as well, where we go into more like trading options. So if you're brand new to trading options, check it out. Just search for TradersFly. And you'll go ahead and see that. Anyways, in today's segment, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a simple trick to finding a stock's direction and if it's extended. Now, what we're going to do is kind of look at the way this goes from a statistics basics or background. And we're going to talk about a thing called linear regression. And linear regression here, what we're doing is we're looking at just where are things plotted. So if you look at a bullish trend, so here's kind of like a bullish trend, we plot some price points, blah, 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 and then we get like a price point or move that's to the upside. If we plot a lot of other points, blah, 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 it plots it to the downside. So when we start looking at something like this, what you might not have known is there's a linear regression indicator or kind of tool that you could go in and use. So when we start looking at linear regression, you'll clearly see support and resistance levels fairly simply if you go ahead and add it in. So here I am in the Thinkorswim platform, and what I'm going to do is go to style, load style. No, I'm not. I'm going to go to studies, quick studies, all studies, and then we'll go to find L and then go to linear regression channel 100. Okay, there we go. So there's our linear regression channel. I don't have to draw trend lines. I don't have to do any of that. And look how fascinating this actually is to hitting resistance spots where that stock moved. And you can kind of see, hey, what did it do? It just drew a bunch of points and it put like some lines on there. Now we could pull up a lot of other stocks on here. So I'll just pull up like, here's Home Depot. Look at that. It's like sideways. Here's Goldman Sachs. Okay. Here is Groupon. You can see a little bit this way. Here is gold. Here's back our Netflix. Here's Nvidia. Look at that. It's coming up into that zone. So when we look at something like this, okay, when we look at something like this, we can see there's kind of a high, there's a high, there's a high. So probably not wise to get super bullish on that stock, right? Here's Roku, and we can look at the SPY. We can look at Tesla here. Oh, if I can't pull it up, there it is, Tesla. So point being is that these linear regression lines give you a little idea and indication when we're kind of coming into some low points or some high points. And, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to kind of use them, but what you're doing is you're saying, hey, are we kind of extended near this top zone or top area? And if you are, probably good time to take some profits. If you're near that bottom zone, then maybe you could go ahead and add if you're, again, a bullish or long-term investor. So this is how you would approach these basic concepts, is that you'd buy kind of near the bottom if you're a long-term investor. So if it came back and touched that zone, you could go ahead and buy. If it's kind of in this spot, you're too tight, you're not overextended, or you're not at the bottom. Could you still do the trade? Absolutely. But the statistics or the probability of that stock continuing in that flow is not ideal. It's kind of like looking at something like this where, hey, we're at the upper end and the stock is trending to the upside. I might want to see, hey, if it can pull back down here or somewhere in the zone, and then I would get it. So if it came back into this zone or area, that's maybe where you pull the trigger. So that's what you're doing in these kinds of positions and situations, is that you're keeping an eye on, hey, what's it doing? How far away extended are we from the normal move? And then getting into that position at those points. So anyway, I hope this helps, gives you a little perspective. Check out the linear regression tool. I'll give you a quick little bonus here as well. If we go to studies, quick studies, there's also a standard deviation, STTTTT, standard deviation. Where is it under? Standard deviation, S1 maybe. Standard deviation channel. And this is very similar, except this takes into account a little bit, a couple of different things where it's not as the highs like the linear regression channels. It kind of takes into account, I believe, the closes and so forth. So anyway, both of these are very similar and very close. So I highly encourage you to check them out and do it. But I would say linear regression is kind of cool. I like linear regression. Very nice overall, just kind of draws that trend. And you don't have to really say, hey, is this stock bullish or bearish? We'll just pop that up and you can see, is it kind of appreciating or depreciating? And then you can kind of get an idea of what's going on with the overall trend. Anyways, hope that helps. Truly appreciate you sticking with me. Check out tradingwebinars.co. There's some great webinars in that area. It's absolutely free. That's our kind of webinar website. You can also check out criticalcharts.com. That's where we have all our blogs posted and other training videos, but Trading Webinars has a lot of free videos on there for getting started into trading options and that kind of thing. So anyways, thanks again. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.